My name's Tony Jennings. I'm from Queensland in Australia. I'm over here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the Cardiac Athlete Get Together, and tomorrow I'll be running in a relay team in a marathon. How I got here, basically back in 2006, I was 43 years old, very fit, healthy, had a good job, everything was going fine, and one night I had a heart attack, and over the next few weeks I had 2 or 3 more similar occurrences, and was in and out of hospital. Because I was fit, the hospital sort of said to me, well, yeah, we think you're having a heart attack. No, we think you're not. We think you are. And I had some tests that showed that I was okay, and but my health got worse, and after about 6 weeks I ended up having an angiogram and found that I had a 97% blocked LAD. And basically the doctors told me that I should have been dead, and couldn't possibly be doing the sorts of things that I was doing, because I was running, swimming, cycling, kayak paddling as usual. Within a couple of weeks I had a double bypass operation. At the end of that, the doctors told me that my situation was that I would have to sort of really tone down all my athletic pursuits and sort
Don't believe anything he says.
the adventurous lifestyle that I enjoyed, and I got quite depressed and really struggled with depression. While I was trying to sort of work out what I could do physically again, I was trying to find some sort of rehab program, and I struggled. When I did find a rehab program, all the people that were involved with it were a lot older than me. Most of them weren't really interested in getting fit, and I felt quite alone, and my sort of depressive moods got worse, and I needed to search to find out what I could do, and so I got on the net, and for a couple of months I searched every day looking for some sort of contact with somebody somewhere in the world that was like me, that had a heart problem but wanted to lead an athletic, active lifestyle. And I got very frustrated, I couldn't find anything. And then one day I typed in 2 words into Google, cardiac athlete, those 2 words, and this website came up, this forum came up, and from that moment my life changed. I was able to converse with people in other countries, in the United States, in England, other parts of Australia, people in similar situations to me who had come back from heart disease and heart problems and surgery, who were doing marathons and cycling and doing triathlons, and they gave me the encouragement and the confidence to start on my road to recovery. I mean, it was a slow one. To start with, all I could do was walk, and then I could sort of cycle slowly, and bit by bit I managed to piece together longer sessions, got back into my swimming, got back into my kayak paddling, and within a year, with the support of the cardiac athlete people, even though I'd never met them, it was just through the conversing on the forum, I was able to get to the point where I went over to the United Kingdom and cycled across Scotland on my own as a sort of a way of building up my own confidence. I had relatives over in Great Britain, and I figured that if I could go over and have a bit of a holiday there and spend some time on my own cycling, give my family back home a bit of a rest, because I'd been pretty dependent on them. So I started that. Unfortunately, while I was in England cycling, I got news that my son, who was 22 at the time, had just had a heart attack as well. And that set me off on a whole new wave of depression and struggle. When I came home, I was to find out that my son had a separate condition, not related to mine. It was actually genetic, something from his mother. And within the next few months, it turned out that myself, my youngest daughter, my son, my wife were all suffering from serious cardiac conditions. And then this website sort of became even more important because now I had to find ways of helping my son and giving encouragement to my wife, and on a lesser scale to my youngest daughter, her condition is kind of just on the cusp of something. It's not really developed yet. So over the last 3 or 4 years since being on this site, I've been able to converse, get information, get feedback to help myself, to help my family. I've been able to do multi-sports events in Australia. I've done multi-day cycling trips, cycling from the Sunshine Coast to Sydney, from where I live in Queensland to Sydney in Australia, which was like 700 miles over 7 days. I've just recently did a 600-mile ride over 6 days, raising money for a children's hospital charity in Australia. So as a result of my heart condition and coming onto the cardiac athlete site, in some ways I've actually become a better athlete. I've actually become a better person. I'm more involved in charity, trying to help other people. There are people on the cardiac athlete site that tell me that I've inspired them to go on to do bigger and better things. So this site kind of means the world to me because I get so much out of it, and I'm able to give something back, and I'm also giving something back to my own community. So even though now I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm out running and cycling and swimming and doing all those things, I still have my moments of fear and anxiety, and but I'm learning to cope with those sorts of things. And I learn from the other people on this website that they feel the same things too. So sometimes when we share that, it makes us feel a bit better that we know that we're not alone. So this year I heard that the cardiac athletes have a get-together once a year in the United States, and I felt it important to actually come along and meet all these people that I've been typing 2,000 posts to over the last 3 or 4 years, and actually cement that friendship and that relationship. So I'm here and really enjoying meeting all these people, and I think this is a wonderful organisation and group of people.